When you hear that someone's running for the Whig Party, your first thought is, boy, this guy's crazy. But afterwards, you think about it, the Republicans and the Democrats at this point are essentially one party, so we really need a second party. And why not the Whigs? They have a successful track record, relatively speaking, and Dick is just the man to get that vitality back into what's essentially pretty much a dead party.
You know, I've been thinking a lot about what makes America great, and I think it's freedom of speech. That's the most important thing, is we all have a right to say what we believe and to stand up for what we believe in and have those views heard by all Americans. I mean, how many countries can you say this is what I stand for and have that right protected by the Constitution? Everybody has their right to advertise and say what they believe in, because otherwise you live in a totalitarian state where information is controlled, and that's just wrong. We want freedom. We want freedom of expression. If you know what I mean. Proud to be an American. Dick Driben, that's me. I was an only child. We grew up in Wyoming, and it was a lonely start to my life, being an only child in Wyoming. And I often say the reason I got into politics was because I felt like I had no voice. I felt like I wasn't being heard. It took a long time before I realized that my parents were deaf, which is why I was not being heard. And that drove me into public office eventually. I ran for school president, failed, but it was a small school, homeschool. My parents were basically the other students in the class. I imagine yourself, if you're running for election, homeschool, school president, only two other voters, they're both your parents, they don't vote for you. It hurts. But I've learned my lessons from that. And to this day, I've never, ever again run for school president in a homeschool environment where my parents have been deaf, ever again. All right, you going to vote today?
Yes. Excellent.
Do you know who you're voting for? Not until I show you this flyer here. Dick Driben, the Whig Party, where our main platform is anti-slavery. Is that something you would support?
Yes, of course.
Excellent. Have you ever known any slaves in your time? Well, the campaign's going great. We're really, I think, on schedule for achieving a great result on November. I feel really strong about this. I mean, people I've been talking to on the street, they don't know who I am, which gives me a great advantage, I believe. I'm not coming with a lot of baggage. I mean, anybody who's a Democrat, Republican, they have a whole history of baggage. I'm unknown, completely unknown. And so when I say I'm Dick Driben, the response I get is, who? Which makes me feel really great, because it means I'm starting afresh. I can implant my own agenda in their brains, and I can get them to vote for what I want them to vote for. This is where I usually find my campaign director every morning. I come down here and get Rodrigo. He's usually over here. I just go and find him. I'm going in right now. Rodrigo! Rise and shine! You ready for another campaign outing today? Let's go. It's gonna be a great day today. There's a bridge up here. Why didn't you tell me about the goddamn bridge? Well, we have a number of people who work for me. Well, when I say a number, the number is one. It's Rodrigo, who's an absolutely fantastic volunteer. I've managed to get him through the worst of his alcoholism and the drug use. He's still had a bit of a problem getting up in the mornings, well, afternoons, as it turns out. But when he is on board, he's absolutely 100% committed. Well, we're really happy with how the campaign is coming together. Got this great flyer, just came back from the printers today with my face and name on it. It's a great flyer, it's going to get people's attention, it's very colorful. It's got a great quote. We've been endorsed by the New York Ledger, which I'm very happy about. Dick Driben has the courage to stand up and fight for the things that many believe in. We endorse him wholeheartedly and without many reservations. My slogan came out from the fact that my old slogan wasn't working very well, which was, we should go for the double D. People got confused, thought I was talking about batteries, which was not the case. I wasn't talking about batteries. But I was endorsed by Hooters, which was a big boost to the campaign. I'm not the same person I was yesterday. I've got different socks on, I change my underwear. I do it every day. Every day I change my underwear and my socks. I think we need voters. I think voters are part of democracy. You can't avoid that. You can't get around that. My problem is the voters who don't understand the issues, voters who don't think before they vote. I think we should basically interview voters before they go into a booth, and if they agree with you, they should be allowed to vote. If they don't, then I think why should they vote? I believe that right is right, and I believe conversely that wrong is wrong. I believe that we should do the right thing. I believe that we should not do the wrong thing. I believe that people who do the wrong thing should be told they're doing the wrong thing by people who do the right thing. And if you're doing the right thing, you should not be told by someone who does the wrong thing that you're doing the wrong thing if it's right.
Driben.
No slavery!
No slavery. These guys have got it. The message is getting out there. Dick Driben. Whigs will win for sure. We're getting the word out. It's happening. I can feel it. We're closing strong. Dick Driben! Keep driving.
He has an incredible amount of charisma. You know, he just exudes confidence. He exudes a lot of confidence. He exudes personality. As I've worked with him, I haven't seen much deeper than that. But as far as politician goes, you just need to see that exterior. You know, the strength and confidence which he displays very, very well.
Okay, what about, for example, health care? Do you support health care?
As far as what?
Having it?
Of course.
Yeah? I think we should have health care. As far as platforms go, I don't care for that. I'm inclined to listen a lot. The anti-slavery is our platform this year. We're definitely pushing that as an issue. We believe it's something people are talking about a lot, and we want to make sure that it's definitely getting a lot of airplay. Do you support slavery by any chance? Or?
No, not really.
No, not really? It's something you've been giving some thought to, though, yeah? And what about taxes?
What about them?
What about them?
I don't know. What are you asking?
Well, I'm just saying taxes.
I don't like taxes.
Who does? I don't like them either. Whatever works on that day is my philosophy. If you come up to me with a good idea and it works and it's Tuesday, bam, it's in my platform. If it doesn't work by Wednesday, it's out. I think the air tire pressure issue is really going to catch on. I can see that's going to sort of, I mean, she wasn't very familiar with it, but I think it's definitely going to catch on. So I like to basically hear what the voter wants and adapt myself to that need. I'm for taxes or less taxes, depending on what you want, basically. I listen. My policy is to listen. I've gone from issues as diverse as arguing for a greater number of landing sites for hot air balloonists to something that has a little less appeal, perhaps, getting animals' consent before castration. Important issues that the major parties are not covering because they're the obscure ones. So how do you work out who to vote for? Apart from me giving you that flyer, which you're going to vote for me today because...
My mom says.
Your mom tells you who to vote for. Is she pro-castration of animals without their consent? Do you know?
No.
She believes animals should give their consent before they get castrated.
Yes.
That's part of my platform.
You know, from any given day, Dick might be in favor of votes for dogs, or in favor of banning creationism in school, banning evolution in school, banning schools entirely. It really depends on what caught his fancy, and frankly, his fancy is pretty fanciful.
Would you be in favor of funding for people to learn animal language? Would you be in favor of having children with video games that have guns on them at school?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm definitely pro-child. I'm pro-children. I think we should have children. I've been endorsed by the New Jersey International Brotherhood of Dairy Farmers, which is good because I'm actually lactose intolerant, and I think that was very kind of them to take that into consideration. We believe there should be more trans fats in foods because it's been proven that a big population is a strong population. Do you sew, for example?
No, but I do scrapbooking and stuff like that, and I do
Well, scrapbooking is part of my platform too. Dick Driben, U.S. Senate today. You might want to vote for me. I'm definitely pro-cigar. I'm also pro-bicycle. I'm pro tracksuit, I'm pro radio.
I'll tell you what, if I'm going to vote for anybody, it's going to be you.
Okay, I'm glad to have your vote. What about, for example, gun laws? I'm definitely trying to get the gun law lowered because I believe children, once they attend preschool, they know what's going on, they're able to handle themselves, and they should be allowed to carry guns because I think the gun violence in school, protect themselves, exactly. Would you be supportive, like say, like 5 or 6 kids to have, I mean, I believe once you're in school, if you have the correct education.
Yeah, school's rough sometimes. Yeah.
It's tough. Kids are getting a lot of, there's a lot of violence, gun crime.
Plenty of times I wish I had a gun when I was in school.
Would you have used it, for example?
I think I would have.
Well, I think that's good. If you can have one, you should be able to use it. With the right education, gun classes.
Undesirables.
Exactly. And the best thing for that is to shoot them. I feel like that. And you can't say that these days because people get like, you know, politically correct. But if someone's undesirable, then just shoot them, I say. So what are you finding some stuff out here today? Or?
I'm looking for gold.
I'm on the Whig Party platform.
Okay.
I'm running on the platform of honesty.
Oh, that would be that's a nice change.
Yeah, have you heard anybody say they're running on honesty this year? I believe in telling the truth if you have to. If you're not obliged to, then you say whatever you have to say to get the result you want. But for example, if I walk out there and you know, I happen to shoot somebody, for example, if nobody sees me, do I tell the truth about it? Why? Who does it benefit? You know, if somebody does see me and I can find a way of getting out of it, then why tell the truth? I could blame you, for example. If the truth hurts you, why tell it? Keep it to yourself. I'm running for U.S. Senate on the Whig Party platform. I believe in integrity.
I've already voted.
It doesn't matter, you can go and vote again. Well, integrity comes from the root word integrate. So if you integrate, you have integrity. So that's why I was able to work on the Ross Perot campaign and the Ralph Nader campaign, because diverse ideas, but you integrate them and you make that all make sense in your own mind. Some people believe that to be anti-evolution and pro-evolution is a contradiction. Once again, it's not in my case, because I can integrate and I have integrity. That's why I'm here canvassing for people. Dick Driben, nice to meet you. How are you? Yeah. And I hope that's very clear now, because it takes a lot of time to put these ideas together, and I like being able to make my voice heard and to be visible and to be heard. It's important to be heard because otherwise your message doesn't get out there. So it's clear and be heard. Well, the Democrats and the Republicans are the same thing. In fact, if you put the two words together, you get with Demoblican or Republicat. And that's pretty much what it amounts to as far as I'm concerned. We live in a bicycle type of political climate. We need a tricycle. Am I right, Rodrigo? We need a third wheel, a squeaky wheel, if you will. So you know what I'm talking about. You can see when I look in my eyes that I'm a sincere person. Yeah. Because my wife's sincere, and my whole family is sincere. And we've been sincere for a long time. My grandfather was sincere. And I believe my great-grandfather was sincere as well. So there's a lot of sincerity in our family, which makes me, I think, an excellent candidate to run on sincerity as a platform. People say we run a small campaign. We only have one volunteer. I don't pay Rodrigo. He doesn't do it for money.
Lo hago por la comida.
But you tell me, if money could buy the presidency, we would have some no-talented rich man in the White House today who got there on his name alone. Has that happened? Wait a minute. If we take that back and do that bit again, I think it probably doesn't prove my point.
I think that sometimes his ideas, maybe he doesn't think through his ideas very thoroughly, and they'll just come out of his mouth. And sometimes they're good. Sometimes they're good ideas.
Gay marriage, I believe that gay men and lesbians should be able to marry each other. I believe there's no reason why a gay man and a lesbian shouldn't be able to walk down the aisle together and say I do. The death penalty, I think deaf people should be penalized. My parents were deaf. I know what it's like to have deaf parents, and it's torture. Death penalty? Death penalty. But killing dead people for... Once they're dead, you can't do much about them. People being killed for being dead? No? I've got you wrong, I'm sorry. I'm not... Oh, you kill people for committing a crime? Yes. Oh. Well, I don't know. Someone stole my pen last week. Gonna shoot the guy? I believe in Iraq. I believe Iraq as a country. I believe the borders are Syria and Iran. I believe Iraq should continue to be a country. It's difficult. Iraq is definitely, it's a place. It's not working, as far as I can tell. We should bring the terrorists here so we can fight them where we can see them. So in other words, bring Iraq to Oklahoma, for example, and rebuild it there and maybe sell it as an amusement park. So you can have Iraq the adventure and come and watch, make money out of it, because it's costing a lot of money for taxpayers, and no one's enjoying it. It's too far away for us to enjoy and to watch. I was very passionate for a long time about better health care for astronauts. I believe if they're going to go up there in space and risk their lives to discover new things, and they're stuck in a closed environment for a long time, who knows what their bodies are subjected to. Imagine if you're stuck in a closed environment and somebody farts, you know, like in the stratosphere. That air goes nowhere. I believe flag burning is a natural response to a shortage of fuel. If your oil heating costs are going up, then who can afford to buy a barrel of fuel? But you can buy a case of flags. Well, I have a very particular upbringing, as you know. Homeschooling. I would pray behind my parents' back that they would get their hearing. Didn't seem to help, so I don't see the point. My attitude is if the global warming gets too great, then we just go somewhere else. Dick Driben, get this on tape. In my book. This guy is my supporter here.
It's okay in my book. Dick Driben!
Yeah!
Dick Driben!
Thanks, guys. Whig party all the way.
2, 3, Dick Driben!
Thanks, guys. Vote often, many times you can.